Hey, what's up guys? This is Jeff with Gamestork, and it's time for your Gamestork Daily News. Gamestork, delivering news, reviews, and playthroughs like a newborn baby. Well, it seems all the news is going to be bundled again today, and I might just keep this up because there's so many stories right now, especially on big days, where I just do one thing that allows me to put all the news stories together, and we're going to call that the Gamestork Daily News. Oh yes, not to be confused with the Daily Bugle, right? It's really not even close. That's okay. But anyway, we got some really good news today, and there's a pretty good bit of it. So let's start out with the first story, which I find to be interesting, which is WWE 2K18 is now coming to the Nintendo Switch. So this was announced by Seth Rollins from the WWE, and he announced that a Switch version will be coming to the Switch, and that's really awesome. What I have to say about this is to the guy that was trolling me about being wrong about everything, and even though I just share rumors, in your face, buddy. In your face, okay? Because that's another one that's, correct. But anyway, 2K has released new details about the Switch version of the game, including that it will release alongside the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions on October the 17th, which if you're a WWE fan, you're like, oh, this is really awesome. I'm really excited. And if you're not, you're like, whatever, But the reality is the fact that 2K can get these games running like this, including their basketball game, on the Switch this easily to port. They've obviously figured something out, which is what I believe that EA's done as well, which is using a modified engine, like a specific engine built for the Nintendo Switch that will allow you to be able to play. Now, it's unclear at this point if the Switch version will get a deluxe version that allows for early access. However, 2K has confirmed that upgrades are being made to the already announced versions, alterations to the My Career mode, added customization options, and more, which are all included. The press release implies that a new rendering engine is being used in the Switch version, as we were talking about, and this is just one of those things, like the base engine is the same, but they just modify the engine to really make this thing work in the low power state mode and things like that. And if you have to do that to get your game over, it doesn't mean that it's a lesser game. Well, it just means it's running on a different engine, and that's okay as long as it performs the same as the other version. Now, I don't know about you guys. I probably, I hate to say I won't be picking this up because I'm happy that this is coming, but I know there's a lot of Switch fans out there who do like WWE, and they'll probably pick this thing up and be really excited to play wrestling on the go. So it appears NBA Playgrounds on the Switch is finally patched. Online play has been added. All the things people have been flipping out about here recently, it's all over, it's patched, and it's on there. Now, I've yet to get on and play this game. I haven't really had time today, but I am looking forward to logging on, seeing how the online play functions, and seeing what this thing's all about. Now, the game, being at the 1.1.3, has now full online play ranked leaderboards, and of course you can challenge your friends. The patch also fixes another issue with the game, the entire shooting system. The timing for shots has been adjusted and a meter added for extra clarity, which me personally I love. It's one of the big issues that I had with the game when I was playing. Now, when you find that sweet spot, it's okay, but there are times when you seem to lose it, and it's not necessarily just at the top of your jump like you would assume that it would be, and it was a little bit confusing. So seeing this added is a huge deal for me, at least. 15 new players have been added to the game's roster, including Isaiah Thomas and Dennis Rodman. All 15 new characters can be unlocked regularly through player packs earned during the tournament or when leveling up your profile. So with online added and one of the big problems with the mechanics of the game fixed, the question is, will you be checking out this game now? I'll be honest, even with those issues, I had a lot of fun with this game, and I haven't played it. Honestly, I went back to Bomberman. I've been kind of addicted to that, and my one-player gaming right now has solely been focused on trying to finish Persona 5, which I'm about 65 hours into, and it's just fantastic. It's really good. But as far as multiplayer, Bomberman is a lot of fun, and this game was a lot of fun, so I'm excited to get back and look at it and play online and really just dig in and see, what I can do with this game. It is one worth picking up. It's worth the money, and don't forget, because of all this, if you're one of those people who bought and purchased this game prior to the patch, I don't know how they're gonna, know who's who. I'm sure they have a way, but you're supposed to be getting Shaq Fu for free for your trouble, so that's not bad. That's pretty cool. So now the update's out, and we're just anxiously awaiting that free copy of Shaq Fu. The next bit of news is about a new Adventure Time game, and also a Ben 10 game that's in development, and it's going to be on a Nintendo platform, which is pretty big. Outright Games announced this week that new games are in development based on Cartoon Network's Adventure Time and Ben 10 franchises. No systems are mentioned, but after they were followed up with Nintendo Everything, they saw that, yes, this is coming to the Nintendo Switch. They were told it is confirmed for Nintendo. We can't tell you at this point which platform, but I'm sure you can imagine which one that would be. So, even though this isn't confirmed Nintendo Switch, it's going to be on the Nintendo Switch. I'm pretty excited about this. It's going to be a lot of fun. I know Adventure Time is really cool. It's a really cool thing, and one of my favorite shirts that I have is actually one that I got off tfury.com, which was a mixture of Futurama and Adventure Time, and it's really, really cool. It's a neat shirt, but I really dig the show. Ben 10 is solid. It is a kid's show, but at the same time, it has, the correct elements to make a really good game if they really wanted to. And all these games coming to the Nintendo Switch to appeal to all ages, it's a good thing. It's very good that they would do that. Very good that they would follow that recipe. And me personally, I'm not complaining. No, not at all. So the last bit of news is a pretty big thing. So we have an official release date for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Now, if you're someone who's waiting for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 on the Nintendo Switch like me, as I watch my child play this from a distance and pass his room as he's rocking out and playing this thing hundreds of hours in, and just thinking to myself, okay, eventually, come on, when's this going to happen? When are we getting this on the Switch? I really want this now. I'm ready to play this now. In a way, I'm excited that it's waiting just a little bit. Playing this on September the 22nd, which is the release date, is going to give me about a month with it before Super Mario Odyssey, which is great. This is really going to hold me for at least that period of time, and I'll probably go back to it after that. But September the 22nd this year is pretty great. This is in North America. The Japanese version had previously been confirmed for September the 7th. So we are getting it a little bit after them, just, a couple weeks, but that's okay. Exclusive to the Switch are specific controls and functionality, allowing players to execute famous moves such as the Kamehameha and the Spirit Bomb with Joy-Con motion controls. You'll also be able to join with friends through a 6-player local play mode, only available in this version. So it's really exciting, and all the photos, all the gameplay that I've seen, it looks really solid, and I'm extremely excited about this. Now, this also is a Europe release for September the 22nd, just to clarify that. So it's North America and Europe, but we ought to be excited. This game looks really, really good, and you should buy the day one patch so that you get all the characters. Day one patch. You should buy the day one version so that you have all the DLC there with you included, and it'd totally be worth it. It looks like Lorne Lanning has come out too and apologized about his comments made about Satoru Iwata. This stuff, it was wild. Like, when I saw this and I read this, I was like, oh, like, what? What are you talking about, dude? People are going to hate, and there are haters out there that really just don't agree with the direction that Nintendo took their console. Instead of just making a box that's like everybody else's box, that's, competing with the top components and things like that, Nintendo did something that would allow them to remain different and viable in the market, which means you can't get that experience anywhere else, and I think that they accomplished that. Now, Lanning does not agree with this. He thinks that, well, let's just say what he said. He said, I think the thinking has to change, and he said, the biggest problem I see at Nintendo is the thinking. Personally, I think it killed Iwata that he couldn't move the organization into a really successful arena. Lanning now has apologized for the poor choice of words. I'm going to read to you his Twitter apology, which is in 7 different posts. It says, yesterday, a number of news outlets reported on a conversation I had while appearing on the Game Over Greggy show in April of this year. I would like to sincerely apologize for the poor choice of words concerning Satoru Iwata. My intention was certainly not to disrespect the great man who I have long held with utmost admiration and respect and consider a hero in the industry. My comments on Nintendo's current policies and practices as they pertain to the Switch's ecosystem, these are personal opinions. I state them not to disparage anyone, but to encourage what I believe would be a healthier ecosystem that would benefit all involved: platform holder, developer, publisher, and of course, gamer. Now, in a way, he is correct in saying that, yes, we should all speak out and do things which help the ecosystem, which help gamers and stuff like this. But where he's wrong is the fact that Iwata was behind this the Nintendo Corporation moving to mobile. It was his vision with the Wii U that really what they wanted the Wii U to be was the Nintendo Switch. That's what they wanted it to be when it came out. 3DS, this was his vision. All these things were his vision. The awesome gaming on the go, and I think that the Nintendo Switch is the culmination of all of his work and not the opposite. This is really what he saw for the company, and yeah, I can't believe it's been 2 years since Iwata passed away, but the reality is this is where he was taking Nintendo, and I think it's exactly where he would want it to be. Now, is this console as powerful as all the other consoles out on the market? No, not, but that's not going to happen. However, it is selling extremely well. It's got something that no one else has, and it has enough power to deliver on the promises that Nintendo has made played with it. Now the reality is these games, you can't tell me that if you port Darksiders 1 and 2 onto the Wii U that you can't get that on the Switch. They're talking about having issues with games that they're porting right now, which shouldn't have issues, but I don't think that's necessarily a power thing, but rather they just haven't figured out the console, because this console does outperform the Wii U, and I know a lot of people's comments that no it doesn't, but it really does. It is better, it is stronger, it's just built on a mobile chipset, which makes the development much different, and you have to figure this out and figure out how to port your game over to this console. The last bit of news, and we'll just briefly touch on this, is the fact that people who have been working diligently to hack the Nintendo Switch have dumped the kernel off of there, which is the core of the operating system. Now that they have that, they're going to be able to look through there and see if there's ways to hack the Nintendo Switch, and this is one of those things to where at this point we don't really know what's going to happen. It's going to take a few years if anything does happen. Personally, would I like to see this thing hacked? No. I don't support any of that at all, but it is interesting. If nothing else, Nintendo has put out rewards for people who can hack their system and who do find weaknesses and things like that. So if the people who are behind this actually go and find these weaknesses, they, if nothing else, could sell this to Nintendo before Nintendo patches it. And because Nintendo consoles, very difficult to, because of how they build and how they do what they do, they're very difficult to hack and keep hacked. So I don't know, that is just one of those things. We'll see how it works out, but it's my whole personally, I don't necessarily want to see it hacked. I would just like to see great software, because the thing is, as great as a hacked console is for people and putting ROMs and on it, number one, it's illegal, and number two, it hurts the companies. And if you like companies and you love their games, and then you should vote with your money. Go spend $60 on that game, and what that tells that company is, people like our games, let's make another one. So if you like another game, and if you like them to make number 2 of your favorite game, go buy it, purchase it, and that's how you cast your vote for them to create another title or something like that in the future, because they know that you like it. So downloading ROMs and all hurts these companies, and the last thing I want to do or would like to have done is any of these companies hurting or shut down. That includes PlayStation, Xbox, Microsoft, all those, because I love all my consoles and I want to see all of them thrive. And the reality is these teams work really hard on these games and for a long time, and if we play them, they really deserve for us to pay for them instead of just playing them on a ROM. So anyway, that's going to do it for the news today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you. I know I've released some videos here recently. I am doing a giveaway at 3,000, which are right around the corner. This last 100 has gone really slow because the YouTube algorithm has really punished me for releasing some videos that had low views. So very few people are getting to see these videos, and it's making the progression go really slow. So if you could, go ahead and drop a like below. Be sure to comment. And also, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. As you watch these videos, the best thing that you can do to help me out is to like them if you really like them. Only if you like them. I'm not asking you to do anything against your will, but that would really help me out. Be sure to subscribe, because that means a whole lot, and that helps me to get up this algorithm and make sure that more people get to see this channel, as that's what I really want at this point. I want to grow, and I want you guys to be a part of that. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every one of you, and be on the lookout. As soon as we hit 3,000, we are going to begin this awesome giveaway. Anyway, thanks again, and we'll see you guys next time.